Alright, what is up guys? Professor Akali here, bringing you my top 10 most sleeper OP champions. Basically, a sleeper OP champion is a champion that is actually really strong, but no one plays, and this is going to be specifically for solo queue. So without further ado, let's get right into this top 10. Coming in at number 10, we have Fizz. A while ago before the Assassin update, Fizz was a highly contested mid laner. After many nerfs and a rework, he's now rarely picked, but all of his potential is still there. Fizz is still able to delete any carry when he's fed, and he definitely has the tools to get fed and snowball in lane. On top of all this, he's really fun to play with his insane mobility, burst, and that ult. At the number 9 spot we have Shaco. AP, AD, tank. Season 7 Shaco can actually build however you want him to and still be useful. Popular one-trick spill tank, while people are still able to climb through and carry in diamond rank games playing AP Shaco jungle, AD Shaco jungle, and even AP Shaco support. No joke, I recently played a game with a Shaco support one trick who ended up going 15-0 in diamond. Crazy stuff. Shaco is just a beast in solo queue because of how well he can gank and all of the nonsense in his kit. And at the number 8 spot we have Blitzcrank. Now this is mostly for players ranked gold and below, but Blitzcrank's hook makes him one of the best, if not the best support to carry solo queue with if you know what you're doing. A few good hooks throughout the mid and late game as Blitzcrank can make a difficult game become the easiest game of your life. The only problem with picking him is that if your team is bad and doesn't follow up on your hooks, then picking Blitzcrank is actually useless, whereas if you just picked an AP support like Brand, Vel'Koz, or Zyra, you'd have a lot more impact in the end. And speaking of Brand, coming in at our number 7 spot we have Brand. Play him support or mid, Brand is a fun to play, high impact champion that can get kills in lane, catch out enemies with that range stun, and do massive amounts of AoE damage in a team fight. I love playing Brand, and while he's not the most picked champion due to all of his skill shots, he's extremely strong if you can learn to hit most of them due to his new passive he got in Season 6. At the number 6 spot we have Akali. If I didn't already look biased, Akali would be number 1 on this list, but seriously, it's funny how good I think Akali is as a champion. You have 3 jumps in a blink, great sustain throughout the whole game, and insane burst. You can easily 1v2 if you're decently fed, and can even 1v4 and 1v5 when you're really far ahead. The only reason people don't play her more often is because of how weak she appears to be pre-level 6, which is a huge turnoff to most players. But even then, if you know what you're doing, you can get first blood pre-6, even against ranged champions as Akali in ranks up to Diamond. Sure, Akali is weak pre-6, but you're basically trading a weak pre-6 for insane amounts of kill potential and damage post-6. And now in Season 7, you even get 3 ult stacks immediately once you hit level 6 after the rework. Akali OP. Coming in at number 5 we have Nocturne. This champion hasn't been a priority pick since the beginning of League of Legends. The thing about Nocturne is his entire kit makes him a great assassin, and he's not a bad jungler. I have personally one-tricked Nocturne to Diamond in Season 6, so I can vouch for his strength. His ult, combined with his damage steroid from his Q, his movement speed steroids from his Q and E, and his spell shield removing potential CC, make him a potent assassin with good map awareness. Find any opportunity where the AD carry isn't next to their entire team, and you can pounce on them from far away. Not only does he excel at assassinating targets, but he also has great split pushing power with his Q, increasing his damage, allowing him to take towers quickly and make a haste escape after. Nocturne is definitely strong, and I think that if a few streamers or pros played him in higher ranks, he would be picked a lot more. People just don't realize his strengths. And I remember back in the first season of League of Legends, he was actually a top tier jungler that was pretty much always picked. At number 4 we have Garen. Recently Garen's popularity has been on the rise, and the people that have been maining him have been having a good amount of success doing so. Garen's kit allows him to build tanky while still doing an absolutely ridiculous amount of damage, especially thanks to his ult passive allowing him to do true damage to the enemy champion that has got the most amount of kills recently. When you watch a Garen main play and play against Garen mains, it really makes you think he's actually secretly broken. I'd say if you're looking for a champion for top lane that is simple to use, yet very effective in carrying, especially in lower ranks, Garen would be the perfect pick for you. People say Garen gets kited easily, but in my experience, I found that even in Plat 1 and Diamond 5, players don't know what they're doing and they don't know how to kite a Garen even close to properly. Coming in at number 3 we have Rumble. This champion was once a highly meta top laner, but for some reason he seems to be played more in the jungle these days rather than in top lane. However, nothing has changed and all of his potential is still there, and I think that overall he's a great champion that can make for a great AP carry and off tank. And at the number 2 spot we have Swain. This champion becomes a tanky mage that non-stop heals in a teamfight while dealing way too much damage. And yes, I know people can build Executioner's Calling in Morellonomicons, but the thing is, Swain is still incredibly tanky while dealing incredible damage. He now just heals a lot less. Plus, if the enemy team doesn't build an Executioner's Calling, then you will actually be tilting enemies very hard just due to the fact that it's almost impossible to kill you. And if the AD carries and junglers on my teams don't build Executioner's Calling against Swain in my rank, I'm sure they don't build it too often in Bronze, Silver, and Gold. At the number 1 spot, we have Pantheon. This champion has so much carry potential, and in the hands of one of the few good Pantheon mains, he carries extremely hard. I don't know what it is about him that makes him so unappealing to the majority of League players, but if you think about it, his kit is incredibly ridiculous. He's got a point and click stun, he can block 2 or more auto attacks with his passive, including tower shots, and his ult is a TF ult that does a lot of damage. He's honestly an amazing champion that can do well at any rank. The only problem he has is that he falls off late game when he goes full AD, as his scaling just isn't good enough, but if you build tanky AD, you can still find ways to be relevant. Alright guys, that is going to be it for my top 10 sleeper OP champions. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and be sure to comment down below which top 5 or top 10 you'd like to see next. If I choose your idea, I'll give you a shout out at the end of the video. And I'd like to give a huge shout out to Red and Diego for this video's idea. Thanks for watching everyone, and I will see you in another video. Bye.